which was sweeter, the first time that you got the Nolan's 14 FKT or the time that you stole it back from Francois?
The second time, I think. Yep.
Yeah. Why?
Actually, mostly because there were like a bunch of people came out to the finish because people were like tracking throughout the day, and it was a nail biter, so it was like kind of a party at the end, which I was destroyed for. But then we got like tacos in Leadville, and
Oh, dude.
it was cool. Yeah.
How did people follow it? How would they have known? Was it just like a GPS tracking link or something?
Yeah, my inReach. And then I mean, by the second day, people were, like Morgan Elliott was given some Instagram updates.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did Francois reach out after you took it back from him?
He actually did. I think he commented somewhere. He followed me on Strava, which is
all right.
Oh, there you go.
I've heard that he's a classy guy, but I do love that he had all of the pomp and circumstance, and then you kind of did it like an American Westerner.
Yeah.
Yeah, rough and rugged.
Yeah. I mean, it was basic. I basically had to train my ass off for like 6-7 weeks, and then
just go.
Yeah.
So it ends on Massive, right? Massive is the last peak. Were you, I think I read or heard, were you behind his splits or like on his splits at the top of Massive or something like that, where you literally had to cruise down to catch up, and then you put 10 minutes on it?
Yeah, we were 9. Noah Williams, who's a Leadville local, was pacing me basically for Elbert and Massive. And yeah, we were 9 minutes back on the top of Massive. So we had
nuts. How long is that? How long is that descent off of Massive to the finish?
It's somewhere like 7-ish, maybe 8 miles, or it's between like 6.5 and 8 miles. I don't know. It's because it's Massive is kind of like, it's got a massif quality to it.
Right.
So the slope, just like both the north and south slopes are just kind of huge. And so it's like really steep to start, and then there's all these little like mini valleys that you kind of have to navigate. And then finally you hop on a trail, and it's actually like the longest trail section of the whole day. So it was kind of a mind bender.
So you were just able to burn it coming down that and put I mean, that's a pretty 9 minutes back to a 10-minute gap or 10 minute. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he didn't have anything to push for.
Right.
And digging that deep that late into a day is you don't want to do that electively. So
are you saying, because Francois D'Haene beat your initial record by something like 3.5 hours, and so you're saying at the final push he could kind of been going casual, so to speak, relatively speaking, but for you it was coming down to the wire. How much did you take it from him by?
10 minutes and like 20 seconds.
That's so awesome. That's
so
crazy.
we put 20 minutes on his descent time, which,
gosh,
did he? I mean, he might have messed it up. No one, I don't know. He could have botched it somehow, or just not had legs, or just didn't want to push.
What's going through your head at that when you know that you're like, when you've got to turn it on like that late? Like, are you are you aware of how hungry you are to get it in that final moment, or are you gone? Are you just like one foot in front of the other and just don't think about it?
Yeah. Because I mean, so I actually had I was like in decent shape coming into the Massive climb. Like the Elbert descent the Elbert itself went pretty well. And a bunch of people were at Half Moon Creek in between Elbert and Massive, were like there to support, which was like a huge boost. But basically, as soon as those folks kind of went back to their cars, I like collapsed, and it was just such a slog going up Massive. Just I'd been like so depleted for so long throughout the attempt, and so in other words, I was like optimistic going into Massive, and then that like started to fade away as I barely hiked up Massive. So yeah, I mean, basically, if I didn't have Noah, there would be no chance, because it would take at that point, and knowing from the previous time around, like you're spending either 100% of your energy navigating and just trying to stay on, level headed or push. And
Right.
so I was able to, it took like everything I had just to kind of get into run stride. And it was, I had to dig really deep.
Was that an effort that you had been planning for this year, or did it just kind of? I know you had a lot of fitness going into the summer, and through the summer. Was it kind of more spur of the moment, or were you eyeing going after it even before Francois went and said it?
I had like sort of tentative plans through July, and I raced in Europe. I was racing in Europe, actually, topically in the Pyrenees. Um, did super well at the first race, and then Val d'Aran was like my A race,
Nice.
and they had canceled that race like twice in a row already
Mm.
for like biblical
Yes.
storms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which I don't doubt they were biblical, the previous editions, but this time it was like there were like 2 45-minute bouts of thunderstorms, and they changed the route. Like they had
Oh
us
wow.
run little loops in the valley, and it was a huge bummer. And
It's
I don't
miserable.
know. I was just like I was so like bummed and like not into it. And I ran 80 miles there, and then had like a kind of a messed up travel. Long story short, I was like just not really feeling the racing scene because I kind of wanted to transition from FKTs the last couple of years primarily to trying to like put my name in the mix on the like ultra trail scene a little
I
more,
love it. Yeah.
which I have. I mean, I have a lot of experience at those things. I do decent at these like medium sized races.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
dude.
just won one at, what did I see? Jimenez Mountain in Los Alamos, right?
Yeah, that's our local. That's our
Yeah.
local ultra. Yeah.
Yeah, you got like third place at Snowdonia a couple years
That's
ago,
pretty
right?
good.
I mean, I saw you at Speed Goat last year.
Yeah.
You ran way well, and you were like third,
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fourth. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've won like. I mean, yeah, I've done decent at like the local. I mean, like the regional level, but
Right.
anyways, so I was kind of over it and didn't have any plans for the rest of the year, and just like was feeling out how the running in the mountains were, just in our sangres here in the picos, and it was feeling great. So initially, I was like, I don't really have any business, I don't really need to like go against the cavalry like Goliath for Francois. Like I had my experience out there, I had my day, and uh but as soon as I started like PRing and stuff,
Yeah.
because I had a real like a pretty legit ski season too, actually. Of some friends and I cherry picked like powder days in the San Juans, and
Nice.
we have a ski series here at Ski Santa Fe, like an uphill series, and so I think that really also helped, just like in terms of leveling up from 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
A little David Hedges versus Goliath, dude.
Not-
That's right there. And you just as he did in the Bible, you came out on
exactly.
top.
Uh-huh.
Is that the Bible? David and
Yeah.
Goliath? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
We don't
King.
have to go down that
Yeah.
rabbit hole, but yes. David, so I'm interested in this. So what's the intrigue of not doing FKTs as much and getting more into racing? Is there an element of that that's like career based? Like there's money to be made there more so than in FKTs, or is it just you're a competitor and you want to race?
um yeah, it's more like, well, curiosity
Sure.
and career based, I guess, because I mean, I don't know, I have like, I mean, like between Nolan's and WURL and Horizontal, I have like these FKTs, and it's been like incredibly gratifying on a personal level, but it's not like translated to. I mean, part of that is my fault with I don't like hype it up too much. But yeah, I mean, I think I just like it would be cool to see how I could do against the Euros.
Yeah.
And I've had these like, I mean, I won Walserweg, which is now a UTMB race, a couple years ago, and I was like a minute back on Aurelien Dunan Payas at
Mhm.
his home race at a 66K. And that was just like this, oh damn, like I can really, and that was hilarious because like all the people on course were giving me misinformation.
On purpose.
On purpose?
Yeah, dude.
I kind of nothing personal to you. I kind of like that, just like as a
I know,
competitor.
it was actually baller. And then like, because it was like, I took the bus. Oh, it's another long story, but I ended up like taking a bus to Courchevel from where I was staying. Actually, I had to take like 3 buses.
Damn.
And I was staying at like the shitty ski condo thing to do this Hoka race. And Aurelian is like from Courchevel originally, so he literally had like his face on banners, like in like e-bike dudes, and it was like so over the top. It was honestly like a precursor to this Francois thing in a way, just like style wise. And I forgot my like run shorts. I had to wear like, it was just a disaster. But I made up like all this time on him, and yeah, it was super close in the end. But everyone was feeding me. They were like, "Oh, he's 15," super far ahead.
Give up, just give up.
I know.
That's
exactly.
crazy.
And finally, this British dude on course was like, "No, dude, he just passed."
Oh,
dang! Home court. So is there a home court advantage in trail running? Like, are we doing that to the Europeans in Western states when they?
Well, I mean, our version of that is in our big American sports. But David, I don't know if you know this. I live in France. I'm in France right now. The you know, and you've been over here. I think you ran UTMB also, correct? In 22. It's extremely established, and obviously Tour de France. Like to watch the stuff for Tour de France on Netflix. Like you see, like the fan base here is so much more established. And on some levels, it feels like college football fan base here sometimes, just the way that, in trail running in America, if you're a fan of trail running, you're a trail runner. Over here, you can have a big beer belly and never run. And the most obscure trail running French, trail running name, and you're going to root for them and you're going to do the big cutout of their head and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they got their own endogenous media and brands and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
One day. Do you ever get stopped in Santa Fe and they tell you that you look like Robert Redford? Because you kind of look like Jeremiah Johnson a little bit to me.
Yeah.
You got the beard and you're in, Redford. Everyone in Utah thinks that Redford claims Park City, but when he's in Santa Fe, he always claimed Santa Fe was his true heart and home. So I'd imagine you being there, you look like a Jeremiah Johnson.
Mm-hmm. My ultimate inspiration, Jeremiah. Well, actually, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid is a great movie. I love that movie.
Okay, that's like my 3rd favorite movie of all time. My number 1 favorite movie of all time is The Sting. If we're going to go down Robert Redford tangent, that's the best.
Yeah, hey, rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Legend.
Should we talk about gear on Nolan's? And I mean, we can probably kick it off with just the SOAR relationship that you have. They've supported. They put out that film view on the WURL, which was
that's where I first heard your name. Actually, was that film. I didn't know what SOAR was, and then I got to know SOAR, and I was like, I'm very curious about David Hedges' relationship with SOAR, because you're this American West mountain runner, and SOAR is this London-based brand that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I mean, it's like very casual, but they're like the incredibly supportive on like a interpersonal level, and the gear is like so. I mean, it's just like really, it's like a lot of brands say like, oh, we're using, we're like innovating on the materials front for performance. And I mean, they like truly walk the talk. So I reached out to them, I think 2023. And I remember I was staying at this hostel in Orizaba, which like at 11,000 feet in like this town that didn't have any amenities at all, like hotspot. And we had like a Zoom call. And they're like, what the hell? They're like, it must be really warm down there. And I was like, there was no heat. It was like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm climbing this volcano for speed, just for shits and giggles. And I think they thought that was pretty cool. So the rest is history. But yeah, no, they've got some sweet products. And I actually, for Nolan's this time around, I just wore their hot weather shorts, even though it wasn't hot. But I didn't change once, and like didn't even put shave cream on, like, and had zero problems. It was amazing.
Dang.
You just like don't even feel like they're there. So
It's a
in a
good.
good, in like
Th-
a
It's a good pair of shorts. I have a pair of those. They're super comfy, which I think there's something to be said of. Like you are you are a trail runner. You're even level up. You're a mountain runner, sky runner, whatever, whatever you want to call it. Soar makes primarily what would be like road running clothes, but it functions just the same on the trail, and it's arguably more comfortable, just as durable. So I feel like it just translates. It's like it doesn't really matter what running occasion. It's running clothing,
Yeah, and to
totally.
really seal the deal on the juxtaposition, it's like, okay, Jeremiah Johnson would never find himself in London in this neighborhood where Soar is located. But it's somehow they're like it's the most like down to earth people that I've like I know a lot of brands. They're just top to bottom. Everyone I've ever met has been super, super nice. And so yeah, they're 5K, 10K kind of optimizing their stuff for that. But it's like in terms of performance, like premium stuff, it's the best. It's the coolest looking stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, I really appreciate. I mean, they have a trail line too,
Yeah. Yeah.
that is also great. But I do appreciate minimalism for trail kit, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean for running kit in general. And the thing is, it's like the race stuff, or like the hot weather shorts, for instance, or like it does what it says it's supposed to do, but also it doesn't rip when you're bushwhacking, and like it's like very there's like a lot of rain. Anyways, it's great for like high out mountain
Yeah.
stuff too, and so and like
There's,
the
mo-
waterproof stuff is actually waterproof and so on.
Yeah.
right. Most of it's like bonded seams and stuff like that, so it's not catching on stuff, which is a good point.
Yeah.
Um, Great gear. What shoes did you wear? I saw you maybe had two pairs. I know you had a pair of Scarpas and VJs.
Yeah. So the Scarpa Spin Ultra 2s, I
Sweet.
started in those and also finished in those, um, which are great for off trail. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're doing something with super foam or with like modern foam. So, you know, maybe it's, so it's definitely got like trail cred, but it's just like very stable and like simple for off trail, which I think is like really important. No rocker or anything.
Right.
And the grip is super good. So, and then VJs, yeah, I ran through the night in VJs in those Max 2s, which I also wore for WURL, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, surprisingly comfortable, and the grip is like insane. Like,
I don't know much about VJs. Where are they? Are they a China from China? Where are they from?
I think they're
Spain.
from Finland, actually.
Oh,
Okay.
Finland.
Okay, so then that aligns with it because I think I hear that you're wearing Scarpa, and then you talk about the ski mountaineering stuff, and you feel very like La Sportiva, like high mountain, Dina Fit, like that. All of those brands that I associate with cross country, and that's kind of outside of my world. But it seems like I think of Adam Loomis as well in that vein. I see the Dina Fit, like. Are you an alpinist before you're a trail runner? Like all those brands, just to me, as even though I live in Europe, I think like an American. I hear those brands, and I think alpinism in Europe.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm from downtown Chicago originally.
Flatter than Paris.
Yeah, much flatter,
Yeah.
way flatter. And I mean, I moved out to Colorado over 9 years ago. But yeah, so a lot of it was just problem solving. I mean, my first brand sport I ever got was from Innovate, and I was rocking
Okay.
Innovate for
Nice.
years before I had that too. So I just always liked I mean, I did a lot of barefoot running back in the day, but I always liked just like shoes that, I mean, no frills, just like bomber construction and does what it says it's supposed to do. And
Yeah.
yeah.
For an for an effort like Nolan's, which is so much more rugged, what was like from a gear standpoint? What was crucial for you? Obviously you don't have, it's not a race, you don't have mandatory gear, and but you don't have aid stations. So what was like, was there anything that you had that was actually like a saving grace? Like, you're like, oh man, if I didn't have this with me, like this effort, my performance changes.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Small things
Yeah.
like sword gloves and cap, obviously beanie, but also, I mean, the BD pull. I've rocked BD pulls for years, and I just had one pair.
Yeah.
No problems at all, and like I figured out what size is like ideal for both my height and that I can stash and run with without any sort of interference. And then actually, so Santa Fe has a really cool run scene here because, I mean, everyone's super stoked, but I don't know. It's not like a cutthroat place, but people are basically. I have a couple friends who are making gear. Actually, it's called Type 2 gear.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that belt you were rocking.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and they're just like ordering stuff from China, just like really problem solving and making custom stuff. And anyway, so yeah, that belt I had was like high capacity belt that my buddy here literally made for me
That's awesome.
and for himself too.
Right.
But yeah, so I could fit, and they're making 750 milliliter bottles.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, dang.
So
That's
I
like
could
what,
fit
20
like,
ounces?
yeah, yeah, at least
Yeah.
maybe 20,
Maybe
yeah,
more, 22 or something.
24. So I could fit a full bottle of that, snacks, Garmin InReach, AirPods, phone, gloves, hat, all in the belt with like barely noticing it. So,
Dang.
Dang. Type
Yeah.
2 gear.
Yeah, Type 2 gear.
Is that belt out? Is it available, or is it something they're working prototyping?
I think it's going to be spring because
Sweet.
they have to. So the guys who run it are Sean and Chris, and Chris is fluent in Chinese, and he's
Oh,
like
nice.
kind of engineering, and so he's got like great relationships with suppliers, and Sean has like a whole atelier situation going on in his house.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
but yeah, they're actually
With
making
both.
pulls, and they're selling the bottles. So yeah.
Are you a pack guy or a belt guy, or amorphous, both amphibious or whatever you would call it, ambidextrous?
Are you
Yeah.
are you ambidextrous?
I guess I go for the belt. I actually do both. Like I did both for WURL,
Okay.
and I kind of like the belt when it's hot and pack when it's cooler. I don't know. Just
Yeah.
if something about like the ergonomics of wearing a belt. A pack when you're really sweaty. I don't like as much, but yeah. But yeah, I switched to a pack. Not switched, but added a pack for the night section too. Like just had all my headlamps and batteries and stuff.
Right. A lot of
Jacket.
gear, I'm sure, but you don't have to. I mean, it's supported, so you don't have to haul a crazy amount, right?
Yeah, although I was thinking about it, like, okay, if there are 28 slopes, like 14 climbs and 14 descents, I think I was solo for 15 of them.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, although obviously they all vary in length and everything, but
Right.
yeah, so I didn't do it like I didn't like pacer max or crew max.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a pretty minimal effort from what I saw in terms of support stuff, which is awesome.
Yeah, though relative to pretty much all previous Nolan's attempts besides Francois, at least on the men's side, I think the women's side has been a little different. They've kind of crew max for longer, but relative to like Joey, obviously, and Joey Camps,
Right.
who did unsupported, which baller, and Alex and basically everyone else, it was very supported. So
So you talking?
Yeah,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Josh.
Alex Nichols, is that who you're referencing?
yes, yeah.
I'm a big Alex Nichols guy. I ran Red Hot one year. The first time I ever heard of Alex was Red Hot has the route for the 33K and the 55K. The 33K is such that if you're real slow, the 55K has, this 22K loop that they do and they come back. And all of a sudden, if you're at the front of the pack of Red Hot, you're flying past these 33K guys who were running pretty slow that day. And my first introduction to really like elite running and seeing it up close was Alex running past me. And it happened so fast. And he was on the 55K, I was on the 33K. It happened so fast that I had to question, like I wasn't hallucinating, but it was, I had no frame of reference for how truly fast someone could be on a trail. The first time I ever got to encounter it was Alex Nichols. Blew my mind. And he was he was your coach?
Yeah. I went to Colorado College, and he the year I got there, he like won Mont Blanc 90K.
Wow.
He's like one of the most accomplished American skyrunner dudes ever, if not the most. Sneaky. I mean, on like technical, but also like he could rip a 50-mile. I mean, I think he still can in like a 50-mile in like 6 hours, like 6.5 hours, like no problem, just like no stress at all. Dang. So yeah, like he ran up Pikes Peak like 50 months in a row or something.
Dang. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is just, he'd be like super injured and still make it happen in like insane weather and,
Yeah, in the middle of January or
he's hardcore. Yeah. And now he like turned around the cross country team like immediately, and we're like really good now.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask one more question, then Sam, if you've got one more. I just want to throw this out. WURL, the Wasatch Ultimate Ridge link up in Utah, in Salt Lake City, and along the Wasatch front. And then Nolan's 14. Of the two of those, like where do those live in your head in terms of sentimentality? Like, do you have a connection? Is there one that like you think of one or the other and it like hits your soul harder? Like, man, I just love that. Does either one have a stronger place in for you sentimentally?
I mean, I think WURL performance-wise was like a stronger performance.
Yeah.
I mean, I first did parts of the Nolan's route, including some of the off-trail sections in 2016. And I know that route so well. Like I sort of helped Alex. I mean, I wasn't very helpful, but I ran like 60 miles of it with him in 2018. And then I was like, I mean, that really doing that. And that was before anyone's watch could survive up there.
Yeah.
Like I'd run in. So halfway through the route in between Harvard and Oxford, which is pretty cruxy, I joined him at sunset there. I saw him like jogging down the Harvard Ridge, which was incredibly epic. And it's like a 9-mile approach into Pine Creek. And I mean, by the time we were going up Oxford, like my phone was dead. My watch was dead.
Oh, dang.
And I don't think I really had anything to eat at all. And anyways, that was like really opened my eyes to like, wow, you can do whatever you want up here if you've got the balls, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I think Nolan's had a much bigger influence on me. I mean, WURL was scary, dude. Like, I mean, it wasn't like in that moment, it wasn't scary, but like the training and I mean, it was just like very intense and very kind of like emotionally volatile.
Yeah. I believe
but
that.
I mean, I'm probably prouder of that from like a performance, but I think, I mean, Nolan's like is really like, I feel like is the reason why I'm doing this. So,
yeah. Well, shout out to the WURL. That was also an awesome effort from you. Nolan's beast. Both of those are pretty epic and will likely stand, I would think, for a while. Those are tough efforts, but, all right, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to throw a left field question, but it's October. You got a baseball team in the playoffs, David?
Sure do.
Who are you cheering for?
We got the Cubs.
Cubbies. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're a Chicago guy. All right.
Yeah. I could see the stadium from my bedroom.
Dang. You lived in Wrigley?
East Lakeview. So I was on the 17th floor, so I could.
Dang.
Well, just for context, the first time I met David, we played baseball, I swear, like 2 or 3 times. He's got a cannon. So
yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good outfielder if anybody's looking.
Not really.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a trail running baseball team going. So
Dude.
one of my old buddies has this is baseball bat bros on. I used to play on an old man softball team with him, and now all he does is hit home runs, and he gets to go do it at like Giant Stadium and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Holy crap.
Let's get a trail running team together.
Yeah.
A trail running baseball team.
So Blaine, who
Yeah.
could actually be a pro baseballer,
He's
Really?
hell of a baseball
yeah,
player.
West Texas guy actually.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You should
maybe
have-
that's
you should
why I
have
knew
him
his
on.
name.
You should have him on.
Well, I've heard his
Yeah,
name.
right.
Like
Blaine,
I've just seen him.
Blaine wouldn't come on here, dude.
I've seen him go big for a number of years. This West Texas thing blows my mind, though. I have to look into that.
Yeah, but he's actually heading out to Chicago for a gig.
Oh yeah, he
Get
told
into
me
the
that.
marathon, so we might try to get ticks.
Dude, hell yeah. Go Cubbies, man.
Yeah.
That's fun.
David, congrats, man, on Nolan's 14, and best of luck in going for these competitive races. We'll definitely be paying attention, but let's do this again sometime when we have more time.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Thanks,
man.
David.